It all started in January 1943. One of those blustery days in Chicago when the wind chill coming off of Lake Michigan dropped the temperature down around 0 degrees. We just had roll call in Chemistry 2 and we're firing up our Bunsen burners for one of those silly experiments, but all I could think about was the Marines slogging through the jungles down there in Bataan and Guadalcanal. They were paying the Japs back for bombing Pearl Harbor just a couple of years before. Well, I was sitting there trying to figure out how to get into the Marines and into the war when I heard the teacher say, "You're late." I looked up just in time to see a beautiful girl in a blue sweater walk in. Her hair flowed around her face like a soft cloud on a summer's day, and her lips were as red as one of those stripes on the American flag, and suddenly I knew what our boys were fighting for down there on the beaches of foreign lands. When she walked across the room, my heart swelled up larger than the Star-Spangled Banner, and suddenly I wanted to be down there in the jungles, charging right into the teeth of a machine gun manned by Tojo himself with just a couple service 45s and a bayonet between my teeth just to protect her honor. She set her books down on the counter next to mine with a slight smile, and I snapped to attention as if the president just draped the Medal of Honor around my neck. Well, I stood there basking in her glory when a small cloud passed in front of my eyes, and I looked down and saw my sleeve was on fire from the Bunsen burner. Teacher was there in a flash, spraying me all over with a fire extinguisher, and all I could do was just grit my teeth and smile at her. Well, we got together after that. She promised to write me twice a week because I joined the Marines on the day I shipped out. I thought of her all the time. During the bombing raids on the Luzerne Straits and slogging through the mud on Tarawa. Then the day came that I was crawling up the side of Mount Suribachi and took a piece of white-hot shrapnel in my chest. I was lying there on my back looking up at the blue sky with explosions going off and guys running past, and I thought of her again and gritted my teeth and smiled at her beautiful memory and realized that, yes, her honor had been protected. Then my heart burst. I slipped out of my dead body and passed through the light thinking, geez, I'll probably never see her again. Several years later, I was in another chemistry class in a school down in Southern California. We just finished roll call and we're firing up our Bunsen burners. All I could think about was the Marines over there in a place called Vietnam. Suddenly I heard the teacher say, "You're late." I looked up just in time to see two guys from the football team walk in. I watched them amble across the room, and then a voice next to me said, "You better watch what you're doing. You're going to burn your sleeve again." I turned and looked at a beautiful girl in a blue sweater. Her hair flowed around her face like a soft cloud on a summer's day, and her eyes looked like two stars off in the distance beckoning a lonely time traveler. She said, "Gee, I was hoping I'd run into you again." I asked her what had happened to her during the war, and she said that she became a nurse, but had died when her hospital ship went down in a typhoon off the coast of China. Well, to make a long story short, we got together again, and I joined the Marines again. She promised to write me twice a week all the time I was in the Nam. Then the day came that my chopper blew up. A took a direct hit from some incoming on a hot LZ, and as I was phasing out, I thought, oh no, not again. This time I probably never will see her again. Well, that all happened a few years ago. I'm back here again now. I've been looking around for her, but I haven't found her. We'll probably run into each other again, though. Maybe in another chemistry lab. Maybe at an airport. Maybe in one of those dance halls where they play the old tunes. And while we're dancing cheek to cheek, we'll recall the time we first met and fell in love. Ah, yeah, we'll meet up again, all right. Our stars are crossed. Besides, you know what they say. Third time's a charm.